Well, you're talking 2D animation, you're talking, late 70s, early 80s. I'm going to stay in that era and talk about a director we haven't talked about yet, but I'm sure will come up again in the form of Don Bluth, because not enough can be said about Don Bluth.
Yes.
Love this guy, kind of personal hero. Maybe not the best filmmaker of the directors and films we'll be talking about today. He probably more misses than hits, that guy, but still, if you think about The Secret of NIMH, and where that movie was when it came out.
Yes.
The 2D animation was dying.
I had that on my list.
You had it on your list as well? Well, let's gangbang it then, because The Secret of NIMH.
Yeah, I have Secret of NIMH.
It grew my love of the art of animation, because, we all grew up with Saturday morning cartoons. We were seeing these Disney movies in theaters, but I had never seen anything dark. And this is before I was exposed to, any Japanimation is what we used to call it back in the day. Pardon, anime. This is before I was exposed to it.
Cut that out.
I might leave that in, because that's what we affectionately referred to it. We did not see it as all of the friends that I knew that were watching anime in the late 90s. That's what they referred to. It's Japanimation, and it was the coolest thing ever. Maybe I will cut that out, Chad.
I think that's a good idea.
But yes, Secret of NIMH. So Disney had kind of been floundering. They didn't know where to take it. Audiences weren't buying what they were selling anymore. And this came out right around the time that they were working on The Black Cauldron, which is, I don't think that's going to be on anybody's list here in our list of favorite animated films.
No.
But Secret of NIMH, Don Bluth was working at Disney at this time. He kind of saw the writing on the wall, saw what they were doing. It was all talking animals, and he knew that there was more that could be done to elevate the art of animation. Disney was cutting corners on some of the techniques that they were doing, so their stuff was looking flatter. TV, it was looking more like TV animation. So here comes Don Bluth. He's like, fuck this. I'm going to leave Disney. I'm going to take the best animators with me. I'm going to start my own studio. And this is the first film that they came up with, and it's
a banger.
It's a banger. It may be his best film.
I didn't realize that was the first one they did. Wow.
Absolutely. The animation is glorious, just from the character animation, the fire and electricity and the blooming techniques that they were doing.
Yes.
You weren't seeing in Disney animation at the time. And then on top of that, just how dark this story was. This was not for kids. It was, it's got talking animals, and it was targeted towards kids, but the themes, and, there's blood, swords, violence. And one of the things I love,
animal cruelty.
But you know what? That is one of the things I love most about it. I remember at the time thinking, this is the first animated movie I've seen where they actually try to explain why the animals can talk and wear clothes.
Yes.
I was just like, this blows my mind. So yeah, Secret of NIMH, just a classic. Guys,
this movie was the first time I had seen, like you were talking about, the fire, the electricity, the blooming effects. Mm-hmm. This is the first movie that I remember seeing that in. And to me, I still there's something magical about it. And it's something that I key into it when I see movies now, or what draws me to stuff like other Bluth projects, like Dragon's Lair, Space Ace. On my list, I also have Rockadoodle, which is a Don Bluth production. And was Anastasia a Don Bluth film?
Anastasia was a Don Bluth film, yes.
It was.
Yeah. It was not, it wasn't his studios, but he was the director and animator. I believe that was
he directed it.
Maybe
Okay.
Warner Brothers.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
There's a look to his films. There's a visual signature to his films that I think are so unique and excellent. I think, especially with The Secret of NIMH, I think one of the things that set Don Bluth apart, and this is from reading his book, is that he comes from a theatrical background, a theater background,
yes.
And that's how he tells his stories. You see that in Secret of NIMH, the way that things are framed, getting back to framing, the way things are framed, you've got the scenes with the conspirators they're in dark, they're in shadows, and everything is informed by the look and the tone. And there's a deliberate reason why things are presented the way that they are in each of these moments with each of these characters. There's a warmth whenever you're with Miss Frisbee and her family.
Right.
There's a coldness whenever, when she goes to visit the owl. There's
so creepy.
A chaotic nature when she leaves the home and tries to go get the medicine, and to try to put the cat to sleep so they can go to the house. There's so much that they're doing visually that, they weren't doing with Disney and didn't start doing with Disney again until
2000s.
I mean, people are tempted to say The Little Mermaid, but probably after The Little Mermaid, in Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin is when we started seeing that come back.
I mean, I think Lion King is when we finally see a character die that is not the antagonist.
Yes.
Yeah. After.
And I think it's all thanks to the work that Don Bluth put in, and the fact that like there was with Secret of NIMH, he announced his arrival.
Yeah.
And suddenly like people had to take notice of what it was he was doing, and just a pioneer in his field.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You know, I think we get to see animators now that still like pay tribute to what it is that Don Bluth put together. Maybe not in Disney, but I mean, Joel was talking some shit about the Illumination Studios, but I think that there are some traces of what Don Bluth put together originally that we got to see in the Super Mario movie, that we get to see in the Spider-Man Spider-Verse films. I think that, you know, these are all because of him.
Well, before you start listing movies, maybe we'll hear some of these.
Okay, no, I'm
list,
sorry. I'm just, you know,
coming up.
I'm trying to like hit on when we're talking about a guy like your
check
examples.
that one off. We'll check that one off.